there's a part of you that wants to know how things are going to go, how things are going to work out, how you're going to get to where you want to go. And there's also this need to know that you're on the right path and you're doing everything right and you're where you're meant to be. And this is your confirmation that you are doing everything right and you're exactly where you're meant to be. And I'm hearing everything is already done. Everything has already been written and done and accomplished. I'm hearing it's in the stars. It was written in the stars for you. And this could be something that's very hard for you to conceptualize and really understand because it's so much bigger than you. I'm getting that this is something that you already planned out. Your higher self, the part of you that is just energy, just consciousness, already planned this particular moment in time out for you. You're exactly where you're meant to be, and you're on the path to get to where you're meant to go. And you could be showing up for yourself more than you ever have, being really consistent. And you could feel aligned, but your reality isn't necessarily reflecting any validation back to you. And I'm hearing that is significant. You're meant to sit with this. You're meant to sit with yourself during this time. I'm hearing really hold yourself in this. There is something that you're meant to process right now. And part of that processing is being in the unknown, being uncertain, and sitting with the unfamiliar. Because where you're at right now is so unfamiliar to you. It's new territory. For your soul, I just heard for your soul, for your body, and for your consciousness. You have gotten to a point that you have spent lifetimes trying to get to. Oh, wow, this is a very deep message. And I'm hearing you finally reach the pivot. And I'm seeing the book, The Pivot Year. That book could be significant. I haven't read it, but I feel like that's coming through because this is your pivot year. This is the year where things start to make sense and you become really, really aligned. I'm also hearing next year is going to be very significant for you as well. They're showing me a tractor and they're saying everything is meant to move in slow motion. Things aren't meant to happen super, super quickly, even if you really, really want them to. And if you're feeling, this might be a hard message to hear, but if you're feeling like you need to rush or you need to get there faster, that's actually an indication that you need to slow down and there's more that needs to be processed. Because when you're fully, and this is not to say you aren't in alignment, because you are, because processing is part of the alignment and you're processing right now, but oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. I lost the channel. Oh, but when you're really in alignment, or really right before everything comes into balance or things start to shift in your reality, there's this moment of like utter peace and quiet is what they're telling me. And you're still, and you could have had those moments, but there's still moments where you start to feel those very like dense emotions, or maybe you feel stressed, or maybe you feel a little bit of worry because you're like, oh God, well, nothing's happening. Am I doing it right? And again, that's part of the processing and part of you moving into alignment. But you know that you're in alignment when you just feel complete and utter peace, and you don't need or don't even want what you're aligning with. And that's when everything drops in. That's when everything in the quantum field comes to you. And they're bringing me back to a message I've done before. I think it was a few channels ago, where I talked about how you could be feeling like moments of anxiety or moments of stress. And it was just a process of getting you into alignment. And if you're thinking about that message because you watched that one too, it still applies. You're still in alignment. You're still moving forward, but you're still processing some energies as you move in more into alignment. And this is a process that's meant to happen over time, but not a long period of time, because what you want, I can feel, is very, very close. Not everything is meant to make sense at this time, because it's in this process where things don't make sense that when things finally make sense, you'll understand why. It's like a riddle, why this time period couldn't make sense. You're really meant to befriend the unknown right now. You're really meant to sit with yourself and what's coming up right now. And remember that when you allow yourself to sit with what's coming up in your emotions, that actually accelerates you faster into the timeline you're meant to be in, or the space that you're meant to be in, or allows your manifestations to come in a lot faster. But on this journey, you're going to have, and I don't say this to discourage you, because it can feel discouraging when you're still learning how to be in this, but you're going to have moments over the course of your evolution where you do have to sit in silence, when you are in a waiting period, when you are having to be in uncertainty and be in the unknown. And so the divine giving you this time to befriend it and understand it and learn it is actually very, very beneficial to you in the long run. I'm hearing scapegoat as well. I'm hearing you're not meant to escape into anything at this time as well. You could find yourself leaning in certain directions, or maybe even distracting yourself in certain ways to kind of make this time period go faster, or to bypass what's coming up for you. There could be moments when you do that. And this is just something that Spirit wants you to be aware of when you're doing it. And this doesn't mean that if you do it, if you find ways to kind of escape, if you find things that are like your scapegoat, that it's going to knock you off pivot. They're just saying be aware of when you're doing this, because awareness is the start of change. And this is a skill that you're going to need to develop over time, as far as being in the unknown and sitting with yourself and sitting with your emotions. But I really feel like this collective is going to get this down very quickly. Like, I actually think after you see this message that you're going to shift immediately. This message in itself carries codes, because our words carry codes, And when you hear something, you're able to become aware of it if you're ready. And I feel like if you clicked on this video, then you're ready. But there's something about when you enter into this next space. I'm really just seeing like a room, like this next space, and this space encompasses where you're moving to next, no matter what that is. So you could be moving, you could be changing your career, you could be starting something up, you could be working on a project, whatever it is. When you get to this space, you're still going to be in the unknown in a sense, because this is something that you're going to have to get used to, because it's going to be a big change. And so by you focusing on sitting with yourself now, sitting in silence, sitting in the unknown, sitting in unfamiliarity, uncertainty, and discomfort, when you get to where you're going, you're going to be able to handle that discomfort a little better, because you are going to be uncomfortable for a little while. Because your nervous system, your body, your consciousness, your energy is still going to be adjusting to wherever you're going and whatever that encompasses. I just heard you're not meant to know how to do it. You're meant to feel your way through it as well. This time period is about feeling. I just heard feeling in what ways you may be holding yourself back. There could be things that you're doing at this time to hold yourself back, or that kind of knocks you off pivot a little bit. The energies could be shifting rapidly too. Like you could be feeling very aligned one second and then very unaligned the next. The pendulum is like going back and forth. And this is part of the process as well. I just heard you're preparing for something major. Preparing for something major. I was also hearing abundance. Abundance, abundance before this message, and that's coming through now. I'm seeing 888. Your next season of life is going to be filled with so much abundance, and it's awaiting you. I'm seeing I'm seeing Christmas, and I'm seeing a Christmas tree, and I'm seeing presents under the tree. I'm also seeing, like, you know how when people clean their spaces, they'll like throw everything in the closet. It's like in movies where like kids throw all their shit in the closet and then they open the closet and everything falls out of it. That's what I'm seeing. Wow. Okay. So I'm seeing someone in a house, and I'm guessing that this house is a mansion because there's so many doors in this house. And your abundance is within one of these closets in one of these rooms. And you're actually in the dark here. You're in this dark house, and you're having to find your way around and figure out which door is unlocked. So you're having to figure out which door is for you and which door is unlocked. And then you go into that room and you're feeling your way in that space, right? You're having to feel around and see where the door is to your abundance, to your gifts per se. And it's taking you a while to get there because you're having to feel your way through. But when you get there, there's so much that's going to pour out of that door. There's so much that's going to come out of that room. And I'm also seeing the person open the room and like gifts fall out, but light is also illuminating out of that room, which lights up everything. And so you're really meant to be feeling your way through right now, because you are in the dark in a sense. You are in the unknown. And things aren't meant to logically make sense right now. You're meant to listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, and listen to your body and allow it to guide you. I'm also seeing umbrellas. It could be raining where you are right now. It could be raining while you're watching this video. I'm also seeing the color blue. It's like a baby blue. I'm seeing a baby blue. I'm also seeing gold jewelry. You could wear gold jewelry. I'm actually getting only gold jewelry. That doesn't mean if you wear silver that this video isn't for you. But like I'm seeing someone who only has like gold necklaces on. I'm hearing the word visionary as well. You're a visionary. And you have gotten foresight, visions of what is to come for you. And you may ask yourself, is this real? Like, is this actually going to happen for me? And it most certainly is. Everything that you've seen in your third eye, in your mind's eye, is coming to life. This is your confirmation that it is. But you're going through the process of getting there. You're feeling around in the unknown right now. And this is actually a process that Spirit wants you to enjoy because they want you to see the journey as fun. And I know that's kind of hard if you're somewhere where, you know, you really don't want to be, or you're stressed out, or you're in a bad financial situation. But they're wanting to show you that even in times of uncertainty, that you are strong enough to hold the faith and to feel into, this is also about strengthening your intuition as well. I feel like you guys are very intuitive, very psychic, and you can feel, I'm hearing like the energy is palatable. You can feel that something is stirring, right? They want you to kind of tune into that energy while you're, you know, stumbling around in the dark right now, and use that as an anchor, use that as a tool to keep you grounded and to hold the faith. But you are a visionary, and everything is coming to life. Also just heard milkshake. Milkshakes could be significant. I'm also hearing that song. It's an older song. It's like, land caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. I forgot what that song is called. I forgot who it's by too. That could be how you're feeling, that there's no escape from where you are. But I'm hearing you've already escaped consciously. Like your consciousness has already risen above where you are. I'm seeing like an energy like levitating above where you are, like levitating, like if you're in your room right now, like an energy, that's what I'm seeing as a room, a ball of energy levitating above where you are. And that's like your higher self or your consciousness. Like you're able to zoom out and see your life from like a higher perspective, from like a third, what's it called? Third perspective. You see the higher purpose of everything. It's just about you anchoring to that right now, holding on to that right now while you are in a time of uncertainty. This is also a time for you to let things go. This is also part of the process, letting things go. Even things that you might not think you're going to have to let go of, because they're telling me that things are still in the process of leaving your reality as well. And you're meant to really hone in on the energy of detachment as well, which is what I touched on in the last video. Honing on your energy of detachment. There's also something here about free will and staying aware while you're making decisions at this time. You want to make sure that you're making decisions in alignment with your higher self and not a version of you that you've already outgrown, because I think that although your consciousness has evolved from where it has been, or like it's outgrown your reality, you could still get sucked back into familiarity at some times, even though you've outgrown that. And then like you may get sucked back into it, into like a reaction or a situation or a feeling. And then you realize, wait, I don't want to be in that energy anymore. And then you quickly like pivot because you realize that you've outgrown it. So that's another thing. Honing on your detachment, and remember that even if you do get pulled back into that sometimes, that it's just a lingering energy and that is no longer who you are. Your nervous system, your body, your consciousness has already outgrown it. There's really something here about pivoting. Like, I really feel like your life is about to do a 180. Like, you're looking one direction and you completely turn in the other direction. Like, I feel like things are going to pan out in a way that you did not expect, in the best way. And they're really saying that abundance is on its way to you in many different facets and many different ways. I'm seeing that movie with Kristen Stewart, Snow White and the Horseman. That movie could be significant. I really, really love that movie. Is it called that? I know it's Snow White, but I don't know if it's Snow White and the Horseman or what. But her storyline could really resonate with you or be significant. I don't exactly remember, like, I remember bits of the storyline, but not all of it because I haven't seen it in a while. I know it's similar to Snow White, but there's parts of it that are different. I'm hearing like you're the queen, but you forgot that you're the queen, or they don't want you to know that you're the queen. I'm also hearing that you're above certain things right now, and it's okay for you to say no, or to not want to engage in what you used to engage in, or to take a break from people at this time. There's something here about conserving your energy, especially if you're someone who has tended to want to help other people and has lended your energy to other people more than you have conserved it or kept it for yourself. Right now is a time to really hone in on your energy and conserve it and use it in ways that you need to, because I'm hearing like you're powering up right now. I'm literally seeing the Power Rangers. You're powering up right now and getting ready for something new. And so you need as much of your energy right now as you can keep. And they're just telling me this so you know not to feel guilty for it, because this is also a part of the process. I'm also hearing that song, Take It to the Head. Yeah, yeah. Take it to the head. I don't know what song that is. Gotta be about it, nobody. I think that's it. Okay, that is your message. I love you and I hope it resonated.